All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and the 1/3. And Lords, with this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And to Wadi Bahashem, Yahushai, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. Now I'm going to share a quick video. I'm going to share a quick video with you brothers and you few sisters. All right. Try not to get upset, but understand the Lord is not dealing with all his people. Okay. And as the title reads, we have no king but Nero. So let's go. Let's go right here. Check this out.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, listen, man, I'm glad you're doing this song.
Yes, sir.
Because, Trump is the first black president, not Obama. Trump. Trump is the real man.
Yeah.
You got mug shots. None of them ain't got no mug shots. We all got mug shots, but we real black people. That's why I'm glad, man. They torturing him like they torture black people. And white people have been being tortured like that the whole time, but they just didn't know. But they have figured out that we all together.
That's right. Hey, not in black and white, must unite. Not in black and white, must unite. Not in black and white, must unite. Not in black and white, must unite.
Not black and white,
must unite.
What? All right. So the first thing, that came to mind is, Jake is Sadish. So we have to understand on a spiritual level why Jake is like this. And then secondly, we understand why, we're only focused on the elect. Okay. You have to remember, if the Lord is not dealing with his people, then they're going to wander off. All right. So this is ultimately a great sign to show you that the Lord is not dealing with 2/3 of his own people in Babylon. All right. And what I mean is in the spirit and in their mind, because you have Israelites, a little under the weather. You have Israelites that know they're Israelites, but they're still 2/3. Okay. So as I was getting some scriptures together, the account with Yahushai came out. We have no king but Caesar. Hence why I titled it through the Holy Spirit, we have no king but Nero. And that's ultimately what Jake is choosing right now. Is they're choosing death over life. All right. But they've been set up in this blinded mindset. All right. This is real quick. This is John 19:13. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Yahushai forth and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha. Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover and the king, and about the 6th hour, and he saith unto the Jews, right, unto Yahweh, behold your king, right? So like when we go to camp, bringing out edification, telling you who you are, we're presenting their king to Jake. We're presenting Yahushai back to Israel. Now, majority of the time, how does Israel respond? Look, but they cried out, away with him, right? We've gone to camp and you've had Jake, I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe blah, blah, blah. So we understand in the spirit why they're acting like this. And let me just say this while it's on my mind. One thing that I find beautiful about this truth is even in Jake's wickedness proves who we are as a people. Okay, Jake's conduct and character proves who we are as a people according to the scripture. So not only our righteousness, our faith, our zeal, but also the wickedness, the abominable acts, the rebellion. That shows you that this is the Lord's people as well. All right. Now it says, but they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto him, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar. Like now, they call themselves blacks for Trump, which, man, this looks like a scene out of CB4 or something, you know? And all Jake needs is one shepherd for them to follow. Now, I didn't do too much information on this guy, but by first glance, he immediately looks set up, okay? If you have eyes to see, you know, being set up as a watchman, you kind of dissect things and break it down critically. And just looking at him, you know, I speak as a man, I don't know, but this guy could be set up. And the problem is Jake being such the sheep that they are, that they're ready and willing to follow anybody and everybody except for Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now that I said that, let's get this law in Deuteronomy 17. Check this out. So they said blacks for Trump because they want him to be their president, their king, and their God. Okay. Now this is Deuteronomy 17 and 14. It says, when thou art come into the land which the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren. So now you got Jake trying to say that Trump is the first black president because he has a mugshot. Okay, which Jake is so far gone because the Lord's not dealing with him that Jake is believing the script that Esau has given him within the world being a stage. Okay, I remember information came out. Basically, the picture that they had the mugshot for Trump was either, I don't think it was photoshopped, it was fabricated or something, but basically that wasn't really him in jail. I got to look it up, but you already know. Okay, the world's a stage. So Esau Edom is painting a king and a god for Jake to worship, and ultimately it's going to be for their downfall. So I'm not upset. I'm not mad like, oh, you stupid Nick. No, we get it in the end of the day through the spirit that ultimately the Lord's not dealing with them. Because, you know, when you first come in, you get upset about N-words and their demon ways and all that. But we ultimately, being spiritually minded, gives us life and peace. So now we can break down with edification why 2/3 of our people act the way they do. Because that could be a question that a new believer who's zealous and sincere wants to know. And they want to know, why are my people not as happy as I am? Or why are they not running to Yahweh Shemel Shai like I am? Or why are they not identifying? Because the Lord is not dealing with them. All right. It says, excuse my voice. It says, thou shalt in any wise set king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brethren. So why did the chief priests say, we have no king but Caesar? But the chief priests were masters in the law. So in the midst of their rage, right, they right here, they actually broke Yahweh Shemel Shai's commandment right there. And in the whole situation with Yahweh Shai, the chief priests of the Israelites broke one of their commandments that they push on the people. So they set a king over them that was not their brother, and that king was Caesar, or that king now is who? Nero. Okay, Nero. See, blacks for Nero 2020. All right. Let me see let me do 2024. I don't know how old that video was, but it just came up on World Star. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll look up N-word news. Yep. What's this? Election 2024. Campaign attracts black voters. There you go. There you go. Right there. See, black voters support for Trump. So there you got it. I see 2024 right there. So this was when he first started. And then you got, look right there. You got this still being pushed right now for Jake. Even if Jake isn't behind this movement, because they are sheep, they'll follow it. So they have no king but Nero. But let's get this. And why are they acting like that? Jeremiah 4:22, my people are foolish. I'm in the NLT. My people are foolish and do not know me. See, they don't know Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now they may say, we know God. But then when you open up the scriptures, even if you look at it logically, it says if you set a king over you, then he has to be of your brethren. So you are black, so-called black, then you should be looking for a black leader. But this is why it also says, for the leaders of my people, cause them to err. So if you are not going through the straight gate of Yahweh Shemel Shai, at the end of the day, your longevity will come to a screeching halt through the act of judgment. So Jake is heading down a dark path of destruction, blindly following these false gods, kings, and shepherds and leaders. My people are foolish and do not know me, says the Lord. They are stupid. See, they're stupid children who have no understanding. Look, I'm going to tell you this. We like to joke around and be funny, but just the way this man's stance, how he looks, there's no understanding there. Okay, it's 2020. I'll just end it there. But I was thinking about this too. I said, man, this kind of Jake behavior is played out. Like we're actually in the future now, and Jake is still like real low level, past 90s barbecue, cool, smoking, beeper on the waist. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jake is like really low. They're really done. They really are advancing as a nation of people. The only advancement when it comes to so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, is what? The brothers and the sisters in the truth. We're the only ones advancing. We're evolving past the stereotypical low vibration, quote unquote, black stereotype, like we're not typical black people. See, this is still the typical black mindset. All right, right here. This is the elderly. And then you see the young Cheeto dread, blonde tip, emo, young Jakes. And then the women, they're just garden tools. That's all they are. They're just garden tools. So it's like we're evolving. The brothers and sisters in the walk are actually a evolvement of what so-called black and brown people could be. Okay, and this is just a inkling. All right, so let's go back to Jeremiah. It says, my people, Jeremiah 4:22, my people are foolish and do not know me. You got Jake right now, who's king, Christ king. They don't know Yahweh Shemel Shai. They don't even know Yahweh Shai. See? So the Spirit had me getting on even you Jakes that know you're Israelites. You still don't know the Lord because you're not applying the scriptures. You're not applying what Yahweh Shai said. You're being a demon. And the Lord's going to get you, man. The Lord going to get all his people. This is all his movie. So they're all going to be judged for their wicked actions. It says the Lord, they are stupid children who have no understanding. They are clever enough at doing wrong, but they have no idea how to do right. Exactly. They're clever at doing wrong. Okay. They're clever at doing wrong, but to do good, they have no knowledge of it. All right. They have no knowledge of it. Now let's just get a couple more. Let me see what else I got here. Deuteronomy 32:15, but Jeshurun or Yasharon, another name for Israel, but Jeshur, which I believe it means upright one. Let me see. I believe it means upright. I know it's Yasharon. Yep, upright one. See? So we're supposed to be the upright ones, Let's keep going. It says, but Yasharon or Jeshurun wax fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat. That are grown thick, that are covered with fatness. So right now, Jake is fat because of Babylon. Even in our low condition, the crumbs that Jake is given from Esau got his ass fat out here. Okay. Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation, because it's blacks for Trump, blacks for Nero. All right. We have no king but Nero. Away with him. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. This is a strange god. Trump is a strange god unto you. Nero, Caesar, these are strange gods to you. Pharaoh, black woman's god. Those are strange gods to you. Okay. It says, with strange gods, with abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods whom they knew not. You didn't know him. Okay. To new gods, they came up newly up. To new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. See? So Jake's on some new shit. All right. Now they're worshiping Esau. Now they're worshiping Esau's gods and his ideology. And they're now drunk in it. Okay. They're sottish. They're drunk. And they say that we want no king but Caesar. But the Lord told you to choose life. But Jake is choosing death. So death is what they're going to receive. When you had Yahushai and Barabbas, they said, who do you choose? They chose Barabbas over Yahushai. That means they chose death over life. So right now you're seeing Jake choose death over life, choose the law over the Lord. Okay. Fringes over freedom. Okay. You see, Trump over truth. Okay. So Jake is doing everything that we read about right here in the scriptures. So you're watching the Lord's movie play out. But the best thing I recommend is understanding the script, understanding where you're at, understanding what scene is coming up next and how it has to play out. There's a lot of major great things that are happening right now, according to prophecy. You got Jake rooting for Trump. Well, Trump going to get back in office. Nero's going to get in office and exterminate Jake. And then don't forget the third woe. You just got a man named Ibrahim that was found dead, which his name goes back to Abraham, a father of nations. And then Ibrahim Razi or something like that. Razi means chief leader or boss in Persian. So the king of Iran was just found with 2 X's on his eyes. And Amalek's going to be involved in that somehow because of prophecy's sake. So things are happening. Look at where people are standing as prophecies being fulfilled right before your eyes. Prophecies being fulfilled. And you got Jake blatantly choosing Caesar over Yahushai, Nero over Yahushai, but that's fine. Okay. So we got to start thanking the Lord where we stand. It says, see, I have set before thee this day, life and death and good and evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments. And one of the ways you keep the commandments of your God, Yahweh, is by following the commandments of his only begotten son, Yahushai. Okay. You have to understand that too, as an Israelite, that when you see this word commandments, you need to incorporate the commandments that were reiterated through Yahushai. All right. And his statutes and his judgments, because Yahushai is within the law too. Deuteronomy 18. All right. Also, I believe in Exodus 23. If I'm not mistaken, or somewhere around there. But Yahushai is also mentioned in the law. So when you go to the commandments, you better take heed to the commandments prophesied about Yahushai and obeying his words. It says that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, thy power, shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But if thy heart turn away, so that thou will not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them. Blacks for Trump. We have no king but Caesar. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, Jacob's trouble, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So Jake is choosing death. That's why I said, let his blood be upon us and our children. Didn't I say that? Let me see if I can find that. We have no king but Caesar. And it said, let his blood be upon us. I think it's right in the same chapter, but let me just Google it. Blood. Oh, excuse me. It said thy seed too, blood be on us and our children. That's out of Jake's mouth. Okay, Matthew 17. Matthew's 27. So now they said we have no king but Caesar. Now let's go to Matthew's 27 and 25 and see also what else Jake said that condemned him. By thy words, you're justified or condemned. Be mindful. Okay. So right here, they said they chose Caesar, right? They said they chose Caesar, right? Let's see. Oh, see, look right here. It says Matthews 27:20. It says, but the chief priests and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yahushai. The governor answered and said unto them, whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said Barabbas. See, I'm just curious what the word Barabbas means real quick. And at the end of the day, you just thank Yahweh Shema Shai that you've been given the narrative of reality that we are living in through prophecy. Son of a father or master, the captive robber whom the Jews begged Pilate to release instead of Yahushai. So they begged for death to be released upon them, than for life to deliver them. See that? Jake begged for death. Blacks for Trump is begging for death. We have no king, but Nero is begging for death. Jake is begging for death right now. And death is what you shall receive, which will fulfill ultimately the prophecy of where I'll cut 2/3 off in this land. And we're just seeing parts, pieces, and portions of the characteristics of how 2/3 are going to act in these last days. But don't forget the characteristics of 2/3 of with those that know they're Israelites and how they act with the blasphemies, the false prophecies, and the doctrines and heresies that they're bringing out amongst the people, which ultimately is Jake bringing in devils into the temple again, because aren't ye the temple? So they're teaching you these wayward doctrines. Now, it says, Pilate saith unto them, what shall I do then with Yahushai, which is called Hamashiach? They all say unto him, let him be crucified. And the governor said, why? What evil has he done? But they cried out more, saying, let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. So even Pilate washed his hands and said, I'm not going to be guilty of this. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and our children. What did it just say in Deuteronomy? What did it just say? See, it says, they said, let it be on us and our children. Look what the Lord said. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, Yahushai, Barabbas, a new covenant, old covenant, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. And what did they choose? What did they choose? They chose death. So death is what's getting ready to befall Jake. And that's ultimately because their eyes are closed. You can go to Isaiah 6 and read into that prophecy. And then we'll end it on this. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh Shema Shai. Right. They didn't seek the Holy One of Israel when Yahushai was standing before them. You know, it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men. Now Nero is a man. Now Esau are men and not Yahweh. Right. Nero, Trump, he didn't build heaven and earth. You know, Jake is worshiping those that didn't partake in the creation of them and the earth. And their horses flesh and not spirit. Right. Like the chariots are a spirit. Okay. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So that's ultimately what's getting ready to happen to Jake, is they're going to fall with their oppressor. Okay. They're going to fall with their Caesar. They're going to fall with their God. Okay. So Jake is finished. Jake is done. I know we get upset and vexed sometimes at the actions of our people, but we have to be spiritual and understand why they're acting like this, why they're conducting themselves like this. We always have to allow prophecy to be a part of our discernment in our thought process from what we're seeing in the reality of today. Okay, so you're just looking at reality that's already been scripted, you know. So continue to remain in a spiritual mind so you can have life and peace. So you're going to understand why they're acting like this, why Esau's acting like that, why judgment's coming here, why Babylon's falling over there. So everything is laid out before us, and we're just waiting for the prophetic evidence to be fulfilled before our eyes, because the scriptures are jumping off the page as we speak. So I'm going to leave it there. Lord's will, you brothers and few sincere sisters were edified. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.